Hi students, welcome back to our class. For today's lesson, we have ratio and proportion. Under that, we have the definition and then the properties of proportion. I know all of you know who is he. Hello Charity, I'm JJ. It's study time again. For today, join me as I advance study for our next lesson in Mathematics 9. We will explore using the internet and search for our lesson. Happy learning and have fun! So JJ will search for ratio and proportion. Under that, the first one is undefined terms about ratio, proportion, and the properties of proportion. Undefined terms of ratio and proportion. Ratio. The relative size of two quantities of the same unit expressed as the quotient of one divided by the other. A ratio can be represented in four ways and can be written as A to B, A is to B, A over B, A divided by B. Proportion. A equality between two ratios. If ratios A is to B and C is to D are equal, then it can be written in two ways. A is to B is equal to A is to D. A over B is equal to C over D, and can be read as A is to B as C is to D. Parts of the proportion. A is to B is equal to C is to D, where A and D are called the extreme, and B, C are called the means. In a true proportion, the product of the extremes is equal to the product of means. That is, if A over B is equal to C over D, where B is not equal to 0 and D is not equal to 0, then AD is equal to BC. Remember, in ratio, it must be in simplest form. Example, if there are 8 oranges and 6 lemons in a bowl of fruit, then the ratio of oranges to lemons is 8 to 6. That is 8 is to 6, which is equivalent also to the ratio of 4 is to 3, because 8 and 6 are divisible by 2, so I divide 8 and 6 to 2, so I get 4 and 3. So for that, we have 4 oranges to 3 lemons, or 4 to 3. 4 oranges is to 3 lemons, or 4 is to 3. 4 oranges divided by 3 lemons, we have 4 divided by 3. Lastly, we have 4 oranges over 3 lemons, which is 4 over 3. The other one is ratios can also compare 3 or more quantities. Example, the angles of triangle are in the ratio of 2 is to 3 is to 4. Find the measure of each interior angle of a triangle. Solution. I represent the angular measure by 2x, 3x, and 4x respectively. Then we have 2x plus 3x plus 4x is equal to 180 because the sum of the interior angle of a triangle is equal to 180. Combine like terms, 2 plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x, we get 9x. Then equate it into 180 degrees. To get the value of x, divide both sides by 9. We get x is equal to 20. Therefore, by substituting x to the given ratio of angle, we have 2x is equal to 2 times 20, which is 40. 3x is equal to 3 times 20, which is 60. 4x is equal to 4 times 20, which is equal to 80. Thus, the interior angle of a triangle measures 40, 60, and 80. Proportion. It is easy to determine if ratios are equal if they are written in fractions. Example, are the ratios 3:5 and 12:20 is equal? For the solution, equate both ratios into fraction, which is 3/5 is equal to 12/20. Then, find their cross product. So, we have 3 times 20 and then 5 times 12. So, that are 3 times 20 is equal to 5 times 12. 3 times 20 is equal to 60 and 5 times 12 is equal to 60 also. Since the answers are both 60, then the ratios are equal, or it can be considered as true proportion. Let's move on with the properties of proportion. Looking at proportion like A over B is equal to C over D, we might see some relationships that exist if we take time and manipulate the numbers. For instance, if A over B is equal to C over D, then A times D is equal to B times C, which is the means extreme property. Example, 3 over 5 is equal to 9 over 15. So we have 3 times 15 and 5 times 9. 3 times 15 is equal to 45, and then 5 times 9 is also equal to 45. Since we get 45 is equal to 45, therefore it is a proportion. Next property, B over A is equal to D over C, inversion property. Example, we have the first one, 10 over 4 is equal to 5 over 2. So we have 10 times 2 and then 4 times 5. Simplifying that, 10 times 2 is equal to 20, and also 4 times 5 is equal also to 20. If we inverse it, we get 10 over 4, so it will become 4 over 10, and then 5 over 2, it will become 2 over 5. So we have 4 over 10 is equal to 2 over 5. By getting the cross product, 4 times 5, and then 10 times 2, 4 times 5 is equal to 20, and 10 times 2 is also equal to 20. Since we both get 20 is equal to 20, therefore it is a proportion. Next, A plus B over B is equal to C plus D over D. This is addition property. For the solution, we have A is equal to 4, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 6, D is equal to 3. Substituting, 4 plus 2 over 2 is equal to 6 plus 3 over 3. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So we have 6 over 2 is equal to 9 over 3. Simplifying that, the lowest term of that is 3 over 1 is equal to 3 over 1, and 3 divided by 1 is equal to 3. So we have 3 is equal to 3. Both sides can be reduced to 3 over 1 or 3. Since we get 3 is equal to 3, therefore it is a proportion. Lastly, for A minus B is equal to B is equal to C minus D is equal to A minus B all over B is equal to C minus D all over D by subtraction property. Example, A is equal to 4, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 6, and D is equal to 3. Substituting the given, we have 4 minus 2 all over 2 is equal to 6 minus 3 all over 3. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, and 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. So we have 2 over 2 is equal to 3 over 3, and that is 1 is equal to 1. Since we get 1 is equal to 1, therefore it is a proportion. Let's move on in practice exercises. Always remember that try and you will make it. Simplify 54 is to 60. We get 9 is to 10. 54 and 60 are divisible by 6. 54 divided by 6, we get 9. And 60 divided by 6, we get 10. So that is very good. Next one, we have simplified 10 is to 55. We get 2 is to 11. Because 10 and 55 are divisible by 5, 10 divided by 5 we get 2, 55 divided by 5 we get 11. Nice, that's good. Simplify 720 minutes to 10 hours. Remember that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. That means 720 minutes is equal to 12 hours. So we have 12 hours to 10 hours. That will be 6 hours to 5 hours, or 6 is to 5. Because 12 and 10 are divisible by 2. So 12 divided by 2 we get 6. 10 divided by 2 we get 5. Excellent. A triangle has angle measures of 30, 60, and 90. In simplest form, what is the ratio of these angles to another one? We have 30 is to 60 is to 90. Since they are both divisible by 30, we get 1 is to 2 is to 3. Because 30 divided by 30, we get 1. 60 divided by 30, we get 2. And 90 divided by 30, we get 3. Very good. In a geometry class, the ratio of boys to girls is 2 to 3. If there are 50 students in this class, how many boys are there? 2 is to 3, then we'll make it as 2x and 3x. We have 2x plus 3x is equal to 50, since 50 is the total number of the students. Combine like terms, we get 5x is equal to 50. Divide both sides by 5 to eliminate 5 in 5x. We get x is equal to 10. Since the boys is 2, so we have boys is equal to 2x. Substitute x, we have 2 times 10, and that is equal to 20. Therefore, there are 20 boys. Excellent. So we have different use of ratio and proportion. In cooking, home economics class, 1 cup of flour is to 2 eggs. So that is 1 cup of flour is to 2 eggs, or 1 is to 2. In baking, in every 1 cup of flour, we need to add 2 eggs. Next, in music, alto is to female, while bass is to male. We have alto over female is equal to bass over male. Females with low voices are called alto, while the male with low voices are called the bass. Sopranos is to females, while tenors is to male. We have sopranos over female is equal to tenors over male. Females with high voices are called sopranos, while males with high voices are called tenors. In English and Filipino, reading is to eyes, while writing is to hands. Reading over eyes is equal to writing over hands. We use eyes to read, while we use hands to write. In science, 2 hands is to 10 fingers, while 2 feet is to 10 fingers. We have 2 hands all over 10 fingers. 2 feet is equal to all over 10 fingers. We have 10 fingers in 2 hands and 10 fingers also in 2 feet. I hope you learned something today. Thank you, Charity, for joining me today in exploring our lesson. See you again. Before we shut down, remember that God gave all of us the best gift, which is our life. So always be thankful. Thank you for listening. God bless.